Hi, Mary Scifres here for Mary Scifres Ministries to talk with you about themes for Lenten Worship Planning 2021. The team here at Creative Worship Made Easy has been thinking about Lent since long before Christmas, and we have two themes for you to choose from, all available in your subscription materials. Time for Change is our first gospel-centered theme for Lent, and our second is God's Promises. Whether you pick Time for Change or the Promises of God, you will find everything you need to write your sermons, put your worship bulletins together, and prepare creative ways of engaging in the worship life of yourself and your congregation. In Time for Change, we begin on Ash Wednesday with Time to Focus, based on Matthew chapter 6, and then move into that first Sunday of Lent, a time for a change, as Jesus faces temptation in the wilderness in Mark chapter 1. On February 28, we call it the Hour of Teaching, when Jesus really challenges his disciples in Mark chapter 8, verses 31 through 38. And then on the 7th of March, a time for turning, when Jesus turns those tables over in the temple. On March 14th, using John chapter 3, we talk about light in the hour of darkness. And then on March 21st, Time to Grow, looking at John chapter 12. The seed that falls gives birth to new life. Finally, we move into Holy Week on Palm Sunday with the theme of arrival, moving into Holy Thursday, Time to Remember, Good Friday, Time for Sorrow, and finally on Easter Sunday, Time for a New Beginning. May Lent be a time for change for all of us as we move to the best change of all, the change from death to resurrection. The Promises of God theme invites you to engage in both Old and New Testaments, Hebrew and Christian scriptures, beginning with Psalm 51 and Joel chapter 2 on Ash Wednesday, turning dust to promise, and then moving into the Genesis reading, a promise from above on the first Sunday of Lent, and calling to God's promises on the second Sunday of Lent. And then Exodus and the Ten Commandments offering promises to guide us on the third Sunday of Lent. On March 14th, the fourth Sunday, we turn to the New Testament, promises of light, and then move on back to Jeremiah, written promises on our hearts. And finally, into Holy Week, the promised arrival, the promise of remembrance, the sorrow in the promise, and the promise of new beginnings. Again, bringing us to that hope that is the Easter story. New beginning, life beginning, resurrection. May your Lenten journey be blessed. May these resources be helpful. And if you haven't subscribed to Creative Worship Made Easy, visit us at maryscifresministries.com and subscribe today.